Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua Bashem, Wakak Wadash. We give double honor to Apostle Elders of Great Millstone. You know, peace and blessings to you, brothers and sisters out there. And come back at you with another quick lesson here. Um, uh, this I'm just asking Chat GPT. Um, this basically a breakdown of second address 15, and well, I already not well. I'm not asking because I don't know. I'm asking because I'm asking because this is this could be light onto new people that come into the truth, and I'm just like curious of what this would say, even though I'm already kind of figuring what it's going to say, because I already know the breakdown itself. But this is this is it says this. There we go. It says this. Good question. Second Ezra 15 is a heavy chapter because one of the prophecies Yahweh gave Ezra about the last days, and currently we're in the last days because all the stuff that's going on, um um high rent prices and and food and all type of other crazy stuff that goes on, and a lot of these people out here are basically loose screws when you really think about it, because you don't know you don't know you don't know what people own. Like people can be on that last screw or whatever, and they go to work and they tweak out and snap and shoot the place up, or shoot and kill somebody. Just like that recent shooting in Target where that damn Edomite went in there and shot them damn people up. Shot and shot 7 people and killed three. But these Edomites, they'll go ahead and say that Jake is the problem, but really, or they'll go ahead and say Jake the problem, or I got black fatigue, and really that's something our people came up with because we've been oppressed for so long. The black fatigue thing is originally our term, but no, Esau Edom, they're doing what they do best, and that's steal and kill and rob everything. But it's basically one of the prophecies Yahweh gave Ezra about the last days. When you read it, it feels exactly like what's happening in the world today. See how it said it? It feels exactly like what's happening in the world today. Let me break it down for you in plain words. And this is for anybody that's new watching or new to the truth, you know, etc. Verses 1 through 3, Yahweh tells Ezra to write down his words because they are faithful and true. These words are not going to fail, meaning what he says will happen. And that's right. Verses 5 through 12 is talking about judgment coming to the earth. It's talking about plagues, famine, death, and destruction. Yeah, and the reason why these things are coming to the earth is because, according to Job in 9 and 24, this world has been ruled in wickedness for so long. Everything is abominable. Wickedness has increased so much that Yahweh has to act. Yeah, see, Egypt, and this is symbolic of modern day oppression. Some say America will be smitten with plagues again, just like the first time in Moses' day. Yeah, because people get that confused. Because this is spiritual Egypt. This is not the actual Egypt. This is spiritual Egypt. Because the actual Egypt was back in Moses' time frame. This is verse 14 through 19. This part feel real today. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. People rising up against each other, civil unrest, riots, violence, no peace, just fighting. People will break into neighbors' houses for food during famine. Yeah, so your average American can't even go one day without eating. You know, just one day. You know, before they'll tweet, they have attitude. They'll tweet, try to kill you, whatever. And not only just to break in your house for food, but break in your house, try to kill you, try to murder you, whatever, murder your family. No respect for kings, rulers, or government. This is that every man for himself time frame. Yeah. So you can't even trust your own when this time frame comes. You can't even trust your own friend like a friend. 'Cause, you know niggas are niggas are shady, man. In the truth and out the truth, niggas are shady. And basically, yeah, it's just like anything. It's just every man for himself time frame. This is verses 20. You know this, and I'm not reading. I'm reading the scriptures, but I'm not. It's kind of like really simplifying it down for you, for the new ones, for the new people that come along. Well, I mean verses 20 through 27. Yahweh says His right hand judgment will not spare sinners. Nations are going to rise against nations, big wars, bloodshed, fire, and fear. Verses 5:28 through 33 talking about the nations in Asia being troubled. A lot of people connect this to the Middle East and Asia conflicts today. Armies will come together, many will die in wars. Yeah, armies are gonna come together and many people are gonna die, man. This place is just like it's boiling to a pimple now. This is verses 34 through 41. Talks about the nations coming against each other, chaos in the sea. Some say tsunamis, storms, floods. Even the powers of the world will be shaken. Verses 42 through 47. Babylon. Many Israelites interpret this as America. Yeah, which is true. Will face destruction from plagues, famine, and invasion. Woe to thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe to thee, Egypt and Syria. This is 5 7 through 57 through 63. Judgment on proud cities, wicked women, and sinners in general. Nothing, nothing escapes Yahweh's wrath when he decides it's time. Verses 67 through 74. But here's the comfort. Yahweh tells his children to be ready. The evil will grow, but he will protect his people who trust in him. Yeah. So as time goes on, evil will grow. And after a while, one day you're gonna wake up. Nobody's gonna have a job no more. Um, Currency, digital currency. That's gonna be a thing. No more money. Um, they're going. Uh, they ain't going to EMP attack on the grid. So none of this stuff that we got running right now off electricity gonna work. All type of confusion is gonna grow on the earth. You know, summary for you personally, bro. This is second Ezra 15. Shows that the struggles, chaos, and oppression weren't seen. We see aren't random. It is prophecy. Yahweh already warned us the wicked will pay, but those who endure, repent, and call on Him will be saved. That's why you're feeling pressed and broken down. The world is literally under judgment. And as an Israelite man trying to get right, you feel the weight even heavier. Yeah, Khan, that's right, man. That's right. Um, it's just this as time goes on, it's gonna get worse and worse. And one day we just ain't gonna be. One day we ain't gonna be able to work no more. One day we ain't. It's like that like I was looking at somebody that looked like somebody I knew, but you know, time as time go on, things gonna get worse, man. And then, oh well, speaking of that, it says Gen Z is consuming more Christian content than any other group, other age group. Yeah, because look at the time frames we're in, man. You gonna need faith in these times that we're coming into, cause it's so much get ready to unload. You'll see everybody's true colors are about to show. And then look, we're gonna read the comments. It's saying, are we consuming it for entertainment purposes or for it to be applied daily? Yeah, I mean, look at the comments. And then look, this person said when they say there's a whole generation looking for, we going I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, how I shot that were right. Look at these comments. See the comments. Even though this is worldly, but this shows you the time frame, man. Hold on. Oh yeah, and speaking of this says the Annabelle doll tour is a demonic death trap, and nobody's taking it seriously. Yeah, and speaking of that, a guy he went on. He was like one of them paranormal activity guys, and he went on a dang on thing like this, and he touched the doll, and that dude touched it and moved it, and the dude died the next morning. You know, and he was from the Northern Kingdom. I believe he was the Jake from the Northern Kingdom. But you know, just a little quick little lesson on what's going on in the world. Um, what's going on in the world? The evils that's going on upon the earth. Um, all type of stuff. Matter of fact, let me type in one more thing. Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna type in this stuff, and see what it says. This is Jacob's Trouble. This is my first time ever using Chat GPT in one of my sit downs. So I'm gonna just read it according to how it words it, and then if it words it funny, I'll just go ahead and clean it up. But hold on. It says the Bible says that last of the day is great, so that none is like it. It's even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. This means there will be a period of great tribulation, specifically for the descendants of Jacob, the Israelites. Describes it as the hardest time they'll ever face: suffering, persecution, chaos, but also deliverance. The end through Yahweh Shai. So in prophecy, Jacob's trouble equals a time of testing, famine, violence, economic collapse, which is we on the brink of, because look how high rent is. I remember back when I was growing up, uh, my mom's rent was only like 680 bucks back in like 2008, and etc. You know, and we had a nice two-story house with 3 bedrooms. So I mean, times have changed a lot now. Um, RFID microchip mark of the beast. Revelation 13 and 16. 17 talks about a mark in the right hand on the forehead that controls buying and selling. Many people connect this with modern tech like RFID microchip and digital currency. Yeah, and speaking of that, I heard about a brain chip on 97.5 on the radio one day when I was, think coming home from work. I heard that joint. It represents control. You won't be able to buy or sell unless you accept it, and that's right. Um, it's not just physical but also spiritual. It's about allegiance. Um, it's because it's like two, three sides of this. Because he's not. This is not talking about that ain't going Ezekiel where it's talking about the mark from exemption, but um, this is a mark of the beast, not exemption. You know. Um, this is an EMP attack, electromagnetic pulse. An EMP would knock out power grids, electronics, and communication if one happened. Phones, ATMs, internet, and cars could stop working. Cities would collapse fast without electrical, food supply, or water systems. This lines up with prophecy of sudden disaster, famine, and distress in the last days. Many believe an EMP or a cyber attack could be one of the tools used during Jacob's trouble. And that's right, because it's going to be one of them tools used during Jacob's trouble. Because imagine if the whole world went black at nighttime. Niggas going crazy. Um, use one of the tools he used during Jacob's trouble to bring chaos and force people into accepting more government control like this system. How it all connects. Jacob's trouble equals the raw time of tribulation. RFID, the mark that people may be pressured to take for survival. MP collapse. One way the world could be pushed into chaos to accept the new system. But here's the key part. Yahweh said his elect will be saved. According to Isaiah 65:13, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. So no matter how scary it looks, the faithful remain. Um, hold on, Salakia. Hold on, real quick. In EMP class, one way the world could be pushed into this chaos to accept the new system. Yahweh said, but the key part is Yahweh and his elect will be saved, according to 65:13. My servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. So no matter how scary it looks, the faithful remnant who trust Yahweh while Yahweh Shai will be protected. So with that being said, hopefully this is a quick lesson. And I want to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakwadash. Shalom.